Hey everyone, my name is Mark Mayola. I'm a librarian here at CCP, and welcome to this video on how to find peer-reviewed articles on your nutrient. And here we are at the library homepage, and remember, we need to be logged in through my CCP to access the databases. And in this case, we're going to use the summon search box again, and I've been typing in this word magnesium, so it's been remembered in the drop down. So I'm just going to put that in there, magnesium, in our summon search, and hit search. And the thing to remember about using summon is that after we put in our search term, we want to go to the left-hand side and refine our search using these limits. And the first limit, full text online. Always a helpful one. That'll ensure that everything that we find is available in full text. And then in this case, what we're looking for are scholarly and peer-reviewed articles. So we can also click that. That will further limit our search to peer-reviewed articles. And one last limit I think we want to put on is the time. And we need an article from the last 5 years. So we can also click last 5 years. And then we will have to do the work of going through these results and finding an article, a peer-reviewed article that is both relevant. So we don't want something about magnesium in batteries, for example. We want to make sure it's a nutrition article, and we want to make sure it's something that we want to use. Now, you know, this depends on what's out there, what people have published. And since we are searching, so Summon searches all of the resources available through the CCP library. So it may be difficult in terms of, like, you may have to go through a lot of stuff before you find something. That's sort of one of the features of Summon, is that since it searches so much, you have to kind of go through the results and narrow it down. Okay, so like this one, daily magnesium fluxes regulate cellular timekeeping and energy balance. I guess that's a possibility. Okay, so that's one way of using Summon to find a peer-reviewed article on your nutrient, right? You go in, log in through MyCCP, put your term in the search box, and limit it to full text and peer-reviewed and last 5 years, okay? Another way is we can go back to the library home screen. We try home. It's taking us home. Okay, it opened up a new tab. So this is the library home screen. And instead of using this summon search, we can go to databases and then pick a database that we want to just specialize and use only that database. And one of the ones recommended by your professor is nursing and allied health. So we can go in and just search this database on our nutrient, magnesium. And what else can we do? Again, we can limit it to full text. We could limit it to peer reviewed. And again, this one doesn't have last 5 days. We could try last 5 years. We could try last 3 years. Okay, and then we could hit search. If we wanted to, we could put a second term in this box. So if you want to narrow it down to magnesium and sleep, for example, you could do that. Or you can just see what happens when you put just the nutrient in. 4,000 results. It's sorted by relevance. So not necessarily the most recent ones at the top. And then again, just like before, we need to go through and kind of evaluate these for relevance and for whether or not it's an article we want to read, how long it is. This search, a peer-reviewed article, is a little more difficult because there's just more articles to look through. In addition to nursing and allied health, we could also look at other databases. So a way to find out which databases to use is to use this subject finder here. So, oops. And a lot of these are organized by pathway. And so we can choose the healthcare pathway. And there's 18 databases in the healthcare pathway. So we've already searched one, nursing and allied health. Another one is Medline that you may hear about. And so we click on Medline, and again, it's the same process at this point. Magnesium, we want to limit. Can we limit to full text here? Linked full text. And this one, it looks like you have to put the dates in. So we'll do 2016 to 2020. And let's just pick those. See what happens. Okay. Okay, so this is a Medline search, and again, you'll have to go through these results and evaluate for relevance, for readability maybe. Some of these look pretty difficult if you don't have a background in medicine or biology, although some of them might be okay. So that's Medline, and let's see if there's any other databases we want to look at. Again, we're going to this database tab, we're going to A to Z, and then we can go to the healthcare pathway, and let's look here. This one, Consumer Health Database, I have used this for this nutrient assignment, and it has been okay. Let's see. Magnesium and full text peer reviewed. Let's not worry about the dates just yet. Magnesium treatment for asthma, where do we stand? Okay, so magnesium not to be overlooked. So just another possibility. So that instead of summon, where you search everything all at once, this is a little more targeted. You go into the database list, nursing and allied health, Medline. This one was called consumer health. If you want to browse, you go to the healthcare pathway. Oh, I don't know why it's doing that. You know, health source, nursing, health and medical. I mean, you can just keep trying these until you find something. But I think nursing and allied health, Medline, those are two big ones. Public health database, perhaps. Okay, so those are two ways to search for a peer-reviewed article. The first way, right, is to go to the library homepage, log in with MyCCP, and use this summon search. Again, we want to use the limits, limit it to full text, peer-reviewed, last 5 years, evaluate the results. If that's too confusing or not working for you, you can go the database route where you pick a database and search it that way. And we looked at nursing and allied health, Medline, consumer health database, and any of those other ones under the healthcare pathway are possibilities. Just make sure you limit it to peer reviewed and full text and last 5 years. I hope this has been helpful. Try some of these techniques out. And if you have questions, contact us through Ask a Librarian or through appointment. Good luck with your research.